plaintiff, Jeffrey Mack, is legally married to the defendant, but they've been separated for years. Jeffrey claims he and the defendant had a son, but when the defendant got pregnant again, she claimed the baby was his. However, 7 months into the pregnancy, she said the baby was not his, and she moved away. Jeffrey petitioned the court for a DNA test for the defendant's daughter, and he's suing his estranged wife for emotional distress. Defendant Geraldine White says when she met Jeffrey, she was selling crack, and when she was pregnant with Jeffrey's son, he became physically abusive. Geraldine claims Jeffrey is a deadbeat dad who refuses to see his son, and she does not believe he is her daughter's biological father. She's countersuing for emotional distress.
Start with you.
Well, back in 2001, me and Geraldine got married. We had a son. Our marriage started messing up. We separated. Back in 2005, she came back. We tried to make the marriage work. She got pregnant. She got pregnant with my child, she told me. 7 months later, she told me that my child wasn't mine. It was somebody else. She left, went to New York. She had the child. I haven't seen the child since then. That's why I petitioned to test the court for a DNA test.
Yeah?
We met in 2000. Jeff, we hooked up pretty fast. I got pregnant 3 months into my pregnancy. Jeff began to get abusive.
It's 3 months into your first pregnancy?
Yes, my first pregnancy. He began to get abusive. You know, he shoved his knee in my stomach, told me that, you know, if he couldn't have me, no one else would, and my baby wouldn't live. That's how we broke up. After that...
That was your first child?
Yes, that was my first child.
In 01?
Yes. Before the child was born, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Now Colin's born, and...
Pardon me?
My son, he was born now.
Mm-hmm.
And Jeff wasn't working. He was being abusive, he wasn't working, and things weren't going good, so, we lost our apartment.
When you all came back together, what was it like? Was everything fine?
No, it wasn't.
What
He
happened?
was still
What was
abusive.
going on then?
He was still abusive, and just, you know, still wasn't paying any rent, abusing me mentally, physically, emotionally.
And then you got, then you became pregnant?
I didn't know I was pregnant when I got back to Detroit. Couple of months into staying there, I started showing. Me and Jeff, you know, we got it in a couple of times, but I couldn't do it anymore because Jeffrey has hygiene problems.
And then what did you think about the child?
What did I think about the child?
Yes, you were pregnant. Did you think the child was his?
I went to the doctors and found out, got the
Saying that you were pregnant?
Yeah. They size the baby and they tell you how old the baby is in your belly. Jeff stood right there and did the math. It didn't add up.
Okay.
That's why he started arguing with me, you know, and
what didn't add up?
The timing didn't add up.
Okay, so it appeared it wasn't his?
Yeah.
All right, and so what did you tell him? You told him it was someone else's?
I told him later on that, yeah, I don't think it's yours. I think it's the other guy's.
Okay. What else is there you want me to know about your
Honor,
marriage and why you all are still married after years of separation? But go ahead.
Well, Your Honor, back in 2001, while she was carrying my son, the doctor called us over, but as she was taking the pregnancy tests and everything, to check the blood work to see if the baby was healthy, they pulled me and Miss Geraldine to the side and say that we found some cocaine in your system. I was puzzled, she was puzzled. I looked at her, was just wondering. 3 days, she become missing. While after we had our child, after the child was born, I started putting two together. She says she sell crack, cocaine in her system, 3 days gone, sometime a week.
She told you she sold crack?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, Your Honor, I'm
Is this
sorry.
true?
Your Honor, when Jeffrey met me, I was selling crack and everything.
Did the doctors tell you there was crack in your system when you were pregnant?
First of all, I'm gonna be honest with you. Jeffrey gave me a STD.
Yeah,
That's
we'll
what the
talk
doctor
about
pulled
you
us
being
to
a
the side
crackhead.
for.
Were you a crackhead at
No,
any time?
I've never smoked
Very
crack a
good.
day in
That's
my
all
life.
we're asking right now.
Okay.
All that you're trying to defame him with about his hygiene and now him having an STD and all that, that's not where we're at. And he made his allegation. You denied it other than saying you did sell crack. Ma'am, anything else you want to tell me?
My son, Jeff, 14 years, hasn't paid $1,400. That means everybody knows you ain't paid $100 in a year. You ain't paid anything in a year. I'm not money fiend. I'm not.
1 year?
Nothing in 14 years.
In 14 years or 1 year?
And I feel like he hasn't.
You
little
feel
here,
like
little
he
there.
hasn't? All right, let's move on. What else you want me to know?
Well, I want you to know that my son, he's been going through so much. He's getting arrested. He's 14 years old.
Has he been in his life?
No.
Okay.
And I say to Jeff that saying, brought me here today saying that I don't allow him to speak to my son. I have proof.
You say
This
she
guy
withholds
here,
your son from visiting with you?
She don't allow me to talk to my son on the phone
Okay.
unless
How does she prohibit you?
when I call, all she do is harass. When I say, can I talk to my son? She say, no, you
How
cannot.
old is he?
He is 14. I say, since
You
me
don't know how to locate him other than calling at her phone?
only through her. She got pregnant with my child, she told me. 7 months later, she told me that my child wasn't mine. It was somebody else. She left, went to New York. She had the child. I haven't seen the child since then. That's why I petitioned the court for a DNA test.
Defendant Geraldine White is legally married to the plaintiff, and he suspects he may be her daughter's biological father, even though Geraldine denies it. So he petitioned the court for a paternity test.
How has he caused you emotional distress, ma'am?
Your Honor, 14 years. He's like, you don't want to be with me? I'm not doing nothing for you. It's not doing it for me. It's for my son. I don't ask you for nothing. I call you on September for his birthday. What do I get? I get either no answer or I get a you be go, do whatever you got to do because I'm not giving you, you know what I mean?
Have you done what you had to do?
Have I done what I had to do?
Yes. Going to child support services.
Yes, I did.
And what occurred?
I don't know what recently when I checked on it.
No, it's been 14 years.
Yes.
So
first
what
they-
happened the first year, the second year,
I've
the
never gotten a
third,
child
the
support
five?
check.
That's what I'm asking. Did you file?
Yes, I did.
When did you
I
first
filed
file?
about probably 4 years ago.
Okay, that was your first time?
Mm-hmm.
And did they determine you are due child support?
Yes.
Okay, well, that's what you need to follow up on the legal process. They'll hold him accountable for all those 14 years that he has not paid. So what else you want to tell me other than about child support?
I feel like so long. 14 years. I don't bother him. I'm not one of those mothers that, call to get their nails done or get some, bag of weed. I'm not like that. I even say, so you don't have to go through me. You can go through a family member. Speak to them if you don't want to speak to me.
Okay. Is there any way he has harassed you? Tell me how he has
calling me all
harassed
sorts
you.
of bees and calling me hoes and crackhead.
When
and
he calls you or
I
something?
never smoke crack and
When does he do this?
whenever I call. Whenever
When
I
you
call,
call
when
him?
he says, he'll be like, oh, I don't got it today, so call next day. I'll call that next day, and
Okay.
he won't have it. And when
How
he don't have
often?
it, I don't call often. It's very, very rare.
Do you know?
I call him
Every other month, every
You know
couple
what?
months?
I call him when probably a couple of weeks go by and he hasn't speak to his son. I'll call him, hey, you need to speak to Colin. Speak to Colin. I make those phone calls. Other than that,
Okay. So he curses you out when you call.
Every single time.
That's your harassment.
Calls-
Sir, what
I
is
have
your
my witness.
emotional distress for?
Emotional distress is for her. All the years ever since 2001 until last week. Come to find out, she's a crackhead.
by asking for child support. Where did I
Calling
get this?
me, harassing
When did
me,
you see me ever smoke
leaving
crack?
Yeah, where do you get this idea that she's a crackhead, sir?
When?
When
She
the
admitted to
doctor-
selling it, so
when
why
the
wouldn't she
doctor
admit
brought
to
her-
using it?
You're
Why?
lying.
Selling it.
You are
and the
lying.
doctor-
She admits to selling it.
Yes.
Where do you get information that she is a crackhead?
On Facebook, where she had posted things.
Saying that she was a crackhead?
Selling that she sold drugs, sold crack.
Well, she's admitted that.
And
we're talking about her being a crackhead because so far, you being unable to even explain the allegation makes you sound like the crackhead. Makes you sound like the crackhead.
When my son was born,
I heard all that. She denied it. I heard that.
She was selling crack.
I said she admitted that part.
3 days when I was married.
You have any other evidence? You say you have something on Facebook. Give it to me. Else I'm gonna say you the crackhead. If you can't show me, we're gonna see who the crackhead is. If you lying, then you the crackhead. Who's the crackhead today? Well, the real crackhead, please stand up. That's what we gonna see. We gonna see who the crackhead is today. Keep a looking.
Your Honor.
He's looking, yes.
Can I say something about this Facebook stuff?
Uh-huh.
Jeffrey waterboarded my son. Accused him of trying to commit sexual acts to his girlfriend's daughter, right? Instead of questioning my son, he tied him to a chair, put a rag over his face, and threw water over him.
Okay, has there been any police action on that?
Colin ran away. This is how I got Colin
I know, but
back.
the police, they'll still take the
I don't know, that was in Detroit. I'm in New York. Colin ran away. I had to come all the way out, my last money, to come out to Detroit to pick up my son. Oh, I want my son, I want my son, I want my son. Here's your son. The very month that I gave him, come get your son. He says to my son.
Because you said you were going to kill him.
Sir, you need to be finding that allegation that concludes she's a crackhead. That's what you need to be doing.
Your Honor, and that's really...
Let's see it.
Foster care, they had her take drug tests.
Let's see it. This letter is to inform you that there will be a court hearing scheduled on 2011 at the Staten Island. The court hearing is to discuss the permanency of your child, Colin Mack, who is currently in foster care. It says absolutely nothing about her using drugs, crackhead. It says nothing about it, crackhead. You said you had direct evidence stated on Facebook or otherwise confirming that. Be quiet, ma'am. Now you're starting to act like one. Trying to defend you. Get out of here with this emotional distress. Let me, because I'm the only one suffering emotional distress. Let me get the results.
They size the baby and they tell you how old the baby is in your belly. Jeff stood right there and did the math. It didn't add up.
All right, and so what did you tell him? You told him it was someone else's?
I told him later on that, yeah, I don't think it's yours. I think it's the other guy's.
Defendant Geraldine White is legally married to the plaintiff, and he suspects he may be her daughter's biological father, even though Geraldine denies it. So he petitioned the court for a paternity test.
I don't know why you haven't been divorced and get rid of each other, but you want to come in here? I know you all don't want to get rid of each other. I'm going to get rid of y'all. I bet you that. We're going to do that real quick. We're going to do that real quick. And Mr. Mack, you are the father. There you go, buddy. Have a good day. Claim is dismissed for emotional distress, both of you. Good day.
I have voicemail, Your Honor.
Results. DNA.
Can I see that?
See?
That says that...
God don't like ugly.
To the daughter? To my daughter?
God don't like ugly.
Are you kidding me? You only did this so you can get some more income tax from him.
No, ain't gonna be no income tax.
You ain't did nothing from him. You ain't gonna never know her.
Hey, all right, Skeletor.
How is this?
I'm okay, Skeletor.
Oh, whoa.
I'm okay. Hey, I'm okay.
Wow. Jeff, wait so I can come spit in your face.
Chill up. Got that on voicemail too.
He's gonna continue to ignore his child.
No, I send child support.
No, you don't send
harassment,
nothing.
that verbal abuse I get all the time from her for 14
Just look
years.
At you.
That's why I end up in Michigan, get away from her before I might have to catch a case. And I'm not gonna have that happen.
Plaintiff Tammy Wagner says she's lived next door to the defendant for 11 years, and they were good friends until a year ago. Tammy claims the defendant is a cocaine user who had Tammy falsely arrested for threatening her daughter, but the case was dismissed after the defendant's daughter changed her story in court. So she's suing for attorney fees, emotional distress, and defamation. Defendant Angela Dockery says she was forced to file a no-contact order against Tammy because she was threatening her daughter. And the reason Angela had Tammy arrested was because she violated the order. Angela's countersuing because she claims she has video of Tammy harassing her and her family.
Start with you.
Yes. We were neighbors. We've lived next door to each other for about 11 years. And we started off as friends. And it come down to, it got to the point where I found out that she was using cocaine. And the kids were playing in the backyard, and my granddaughter has this great big bouncy ball, and it went over in her yard. And instead of giving it back,
She tried to snort it?
like she used to,
What happened?
she stuck
Instead
a
of
knife
giving
in
it back.
She wouldn't give it back to her. She hollered for my granddaughter, and she made her watch
That's
her.
not true.
And she, stuck a knife in it and popped it. So, I mean, that was just the end of it.
When did that occur?
That happened about a year or so ago.
Okay, so that's what
And-
started everything.
Yeah, that's what started all this stuff. And then,
Yep.
so we just kind of, fell apart. And the cocaine and stuff, we didn't have any of the kids go over there because
How do you know?
How do I know?
Yes.
Because a friend of mine told me about it, that she was using cocaine, and told me not to let the kids go back over there because she didn't want
All
the
right,
kids.
so this is gossip. What else?
Okay. But,
That's the only way you know that it's gossip.
well, I know for a fact.
How?
Because
She's a detective.
of the stuff that's been going on over there. There's been a lot of, I've already turned it into the police. There's been a lot of traffic in and out, in and out. And for one, they've got no trespassing up in their windows. They've got cameras all around their house. I mean, why else would you do
Guards
something
on the
like
roof.
that?
Guards
Because
on
we
the
have
roof.
neighbors like her.
All right, man. That's how you know for a fact the woman is using cocaine because of that. All right. You give me some background on your relationship with your neighbor.
Basically, what the ball thing, yeah, I did that. Cocaine, no. Is there any proof? No. Did I have a lot of
Don't say
friends?
that.
Yeah.
Whenever I hear that, there's no proof.
Her husband come in my house, and he was trying to intimidate me. Their grandson choked another grandson. They get a check off of this son, right? So they thought I were going to call CPS on them. So they didn't want the kids at my house.
That has
Period.
nothing to do with why I'm here.
Tell me why you're here.
I'm here because I was arrested I had a warrant taken out on me on April the 14th, 2016.
All right. Because what?
I supposedly threatened her daughter, Angie Dockery's daughter, Megan Dockery.
Not supposedly, she did.
All right. And what became of that? You had a warrant issued. Did they arrest you?
They arrested me on April the 26th. I spent 3 days in jail
For a no contact order.
and 10 days on home incarceration.
You were convicted then.
No, I wasn't.
This was a bond. This was
This
their
was a
form
bond.
of a
I was
bond?
in jail for 3 days.
Okay.
I was on home incarceration for 10 days.
As a bond.
I couldn't go
Okay.
home for 21 days. When I went back to court on
What did they allege you did?
and supposedly intimidating
Where you all live, where you get 3 days overnight in jail,
intimidating a
That's not
participant.
10
Right.
days
Right.
home or house arrest,
Right there.
can't go home for another 21 days.
They didn't want the kids at my house.
That has
Period.
nothing to do with why I'm here.
Tell me why you're here.
I'm here because I had a warrant taken out on me on April the 14th. I supposedly threatened her daughter, Angie Dockery's daughter, Megan.
Not supposedly, she did.
Plaintiff Tammy Wagner says the defendant, who is her neighbor, had her falsely arrested for threatening her daughter. But the case was dismissed after the defendant's daughter changed her story in court.
That's you?
Yeah.
Judge, could
And
you
here's
please
the,
look at my video?
Here is the letter from my lawyer where it was all dismissed, and you also have video of the court when we went to court.
You tell me what happened.
Thank you, Judge. She got locked up. We went and got a no contact order. That was for my 17-year-old daughter. There's been all kinds of crazy things going on with the neighbors following her. She just started driving. They almost made her have a wreck, you know. So we got our no contact order. That was a third party. So my daughter comes home that day to come to her house, and they're all out in the driveway cussing and carrying on, saying my daughter needed to move her car out of the sidewalk. So they were harassing her, right? So the no contact order, I went down and had her locked up because she don't know how to listen to the judge.
When was the no contact order?
She had been issued a no contact order
No
previously?
contact. Yes.
Show me
On
that. Who has that?
I have it, Judge.
Where she had been issued a no contact order.
Okay, this is it. She didn't sign it in front of the judge, but it is a no contact order for my
the judge
daughter.
signs it, and it's her name
Exactly.
on there. Hold on. This is February of 16.
That was when we got the no contact order, Judge.
Now, what was that for? She had done something to your daughter already?
They are witnesses in the case that we got going on with their friend.
Well, after
You weren't supposed to contact the young girl, is that what we're saying?
And I didn't.
Absolutely.
It watched
and you're
the
saying
video.
she did?
Absolutely.
And that's what you had her arrested
we
and jailed
had it
for?
on video, yes.
All right, and we have a video that's
Yes,
going
I
to
do.
explain
do.
all
And
this.
her daughter says that I didn't do anything.
This is her husband spitting on our cameras. That's kind of intimidating. That's
What
dog.
date is this?
That's dog feces going in my yard from her. This is my daughter in her car while they're calling her names.
What is the dates of these?
Doesn't matter.
Yes, it does matter.
Okay.
Because this has nothing to do with what I'm here for.
My 17-year-old kid is why I'm here.
This has.
There's my daughter pulling up. She closes the door because
do you
they're out in the
remember when the dates
driveway.
were?
There they all are out there like there's some kind of WW wrestlers. If you watch, Tammy is running around the front of the car hiding, but guess what? The camera's got her. She's in the blue shirt.
Okay, and this is your counterclaim for harassment.
Yes.
Fine. All right.
See, this
Who
is
is that?
Is this the 12th? This is on the 14th. I mean the 14th.
Who is the woman in the yellow?
Brittany, my daughter, and Angie's coming in my yard.
Mom, go in the house. The police.
What'd you
Mom,
do, Brittany? What'd you do?
go in the house. Come on, the police are coming.
No, I want him to sit here and listen.
I got it on camera.
17-year-old kid.
17. Mom.
Let's get to what you were jailed about. I see this is mess. You
This is
all
what I was
had
jailed
mess
about.
for. You were jailed
This
for
is
this?
what I was jailed about.
All right, you were going to show me a video exonerating you. All right, let's play that.
To your knowledge, has Tammy told her family members to reach out to you in any way?
Not that I can recall.
Okay. What did Tammy say to you that day?
He told me that I needed to move my car, that it was in the way of her grandkids riding their bikes.
Okay, and that was it?
Yeah.
I'm asking about April 14th of 2016. During this time that you're outside in the yard and you're taking a video, before and after you're taking the video, your testimony was that Tammy Wagner never said anything directly to you. Is that right?
No, she did say something to me.
What did she say to you?
Directly to me, she said that I needed to move my car.
Okay, and then you ignored her and walked in the house.
Yes.
All right. And then she never said anything to you later that day, anytime after that, right?
That I know of.
Okay. Well, that you heard, right?
Yeah, that I heard. I didn't hear no more.
Megan, has Tammy Wagner ever threatened you in connection to the underlying case?
No, ma'am. Her husband has.
Thank you.
Tammy Wagner went to jail.
Plaintiff Tammy Wagner says the defendant, who is her neighbor, had her falsely arrested for threatening her daughter. But the case was dismissed after the defendant's daughter changed her story in court.
She went to jail for that?
Yeah.
No, she went to jail for the no contact order.
Yeah, and you saw what happened at the trial.
And your daughter said
she said
you lied.
she said her husband
Yeah.
may have violated.
Yeah. Yeah, her daughter.
She said she did nothing but tell her to move her
Judge,
car.
they asked-
Judgment for the plaintiff. Your claim is dismissed. Have a good day.
Yes! Thank you very much. Line.
Thank you,
very much.
Judge Mathis. You are awesome.
They can't, go out and start trouble and pretend to be the victim, because that's
Yeah.
what they do. They go out and start trouble, and then, let me put my camera on and record, but they're not the victim, honey.
Nope.
People like that always want to go out for money. It's not a big deal. Trash is trash.
Plaintiff Sophia Valentine dated the defendant, and she says the defendant often accused her of cheating, when in reality, the defendant was cheating on her with her witness. Sophia claims the defendant gave her a ring and a necklace because she wanted to get married. But they broke up because the defendant is a pathological liar. She's suing for stolen money and a loan. Defendant Tyronia Montgomery says Sophia is delusional because they never dated. Tyronia claims she was not interested in Sophia because she's not her type. But Sophia was so obsessed with her that she constantly tried to buy her love. She's countersuing for harassment.
Start with you.
Well, Your Honor, I met Tyronia on a dating website around July of 2015. During that course, things moved pretty quickly. And then after I started noticing some inconsistencies, and soon...
That was the name of the website, movingquick.com. I've been on it.
And then you'll notice things. How long after you all started do you notice inconsistencies, and what were they?
It was soon after the relationship, and I noticed that she became a pathological liar. She portrayed this type of lavish lifestyle, claimed that she had her own home. And then I realized that she was still at home staying with her mother. Then, in addition to that, she started to accuse me of cheating on her with my best friend. Later on, I discovered that she was actually cheating on me with another woman who is actually present here today. She then told me that she was going to marry me. I even have evidence of that, as well as a ring that she purchased for me, and this necklace that she also gave me.
And what did happen with the relationship?
Well, after I found out that she was cheating, of course, we ended up going our separate ways.
All right. You want to give me some background?
Yes. Ms. Valentine is delusional. She's put something in her mind that is just not there. It doesn't, she's, I guess, a fairy tale.
Okay, so you do have the big house.
Yeah, I have a pretty big house.
Okay. When you met her?
Yes, sir. Yeah,
Okay.
I
You
have
didn't
a
live
pretty
with
big
your, you didn't live with your parents?
No, I live with my mom. My mom was ill. She was living with a cousin of ours, and as she got ill, I moved in with me.
Okay, and then you went back to your big house.
No, I brought my mom to my big house.
When you met her, that was my question. Listen carefully. When you met her, did you have a big house, as you told her, that you owned? That was my question. My question wasn't whether you bought your mother's big house. Yeah, I know it's funny. You were in that game on her, baby, but I done seen game 1,000 times. Wrong one. You got the wrong one, baby. That weak game.
Hey!
Let's move along. You started out with weak game. I hope your game is stronger than that. All right, what else you want me to know?
Well, Miss Valentine lost her car. She didn't have a place to live. Felt sorry for her. You know, she seemed to be a good person. Moved her in. Tried to find her a place to work. It was a little place up the street to begin and work with them. She didn't have a car,
You all were dating?
No, we were not. We never dated. Never dated.
Hold on.
Okay.
Why you move her in? Just as charity?
No, because her family, no, not charity. Her family, she couldn't live with her mom. She couldn't live with her dad. Her family wouldn't take her in. She had nowhere to go. So, yes, charity. Charity. So, yeah, let's move in for charity.
You got any more room? I got a lot of folks.
You got a lot of folks?
I got a lot of folks who need a place to stay.
I can make them fit. We can make them fit.
She wasn't alone in that.
We can make room. We can make room.
All right.
But I brought her in. Save your money. You know, try to find you a place. She didn't save money. She spent money on me. Anything I wanted. I could say I was hungry. She'll go try to buy the
Why do you
restaurant. I
think
guarantee
that was?
She was trying to buy my love. You know, she's not my type. She was a sweet person, you know, but then I found out she was, you know, she's crazy.
Plaintiff Sophia Valentine says she dated the defendant and they talked about getting married. But the defendant says Sophia is delusional because they were never in a relationship.
Did you present gifts to her, one of which was in proposal of marriage?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, did you give her gifts at all?
I gave her one necklace.
Why?
It was, I think she said it was for her birthday and she didn't, nobody gave her nothing. So I went in and gave her a necklace. Nothing.
After the birthday, she told you nobody gave her anything?
Yeah, after the birthday.
When did you get it for her?
I don't recall.
Okay. You're talking silly to me. Let me explain something to you. You're talking silly to me, but you're the one being sued, and I'm the one making the decision. Now that's silly. You better run that on her. She might not know any difference because she wised up to you and now she's suing you. And you wake up one day so you can be over there and you sue her. Because her game is weak, as you see. I'm tearing it apart. And so has she. That's why she's suing her. Now, go ahead. What's your lawsuit about? And what else did you want to show me?
Well,
what is this?
Oh, this is proof and evidence of...
And what is the necklace? Is that what you have in the box, or what is that in the box?
I'm actually wearing it right now, but this is where she purchased the necklace for me.
Because through all of my bad, you only see the good. You are a God-fearing, praying woman, and I need you in my life. Who's saying this?
Tyronia.
Yeah, that's what it says, T-Y-T-Y. I need you in my life no matter how hard life gets. Looking at you, I know it will be better. Therefore, you complete me. I'm 1,000,000. I'm ready to do this. Marry you, Mrs. Montgomery. Anything to say about that?
I don't remember that.
Okay. I'm gonna, your little playing games are over. So your claim is granted. And yours is dismissed. Perjury.
Watch, you play somebody, you gonna end up getting played yourself. She just hasn't learned it yet, so you stick with whatever you think you know.
She good. That's all that matters.
Plaintiff Josephine Bartlett is suing her grandson, and she claims after he got out of the Navy, his behavior changed. Josephine says the defendant started hanging out with the wrong crowd, acting violent, and he was in and out of jail. Josephine suing him today for an unpaid student loan. Defendant Christopher Medina admits that after he was medically discharged from the military, he didn't know what to do with his life, so he started fighting and stealing to get by. Christopher claims he turned his life around after his son was born. And he insists his stepfather agreed to pay off the student loan if he was unable to.
Start with you.
Chris is my grandson, and I do love him very much. I've noticed a big change in him after he got out of the Navy, a few years after he got out. He started hanging out with the wrong crowd, started lying, becoming angry, just super aggressive with family members. He's been in and out of jail.
Was he in combat? Do you know? All right, so we got that excuse out of the way. What do you think went wrong? Just started hanging out wrong? Did he start working immediately after coming home?
No, he did not.
So he had idle time?
When he got out of jail, that's when he started getting angry and aggressive, lying.
What did he go to jail for? Maybe that has something.
Stealing. He attacked my son and his mother. And my son can tell you some of the
You want to
aggressive...
come up and tell me, sir? State your name.
My name's John Mathis.
What do you want to tell me?
He was saying a lot of bad stuff about me and his mom and stuff, and we were the ones helping him. We helped him with lawyer fees. We helped him with his children, to see his children, because he had a restraining order on him from his wife.
For doing what to her?
For abuse.
Physical?
Physical abuse. And so on the weekends, we would get the kids and give him the kids, which was okay with his wife. Then we'd get the kids back and then give them back to the wife.
Can you speculate why his behavior
Yes,
got
yes.
that way? What?
He was a very respectable young man after, you know, he got out of the Navy and stuff. But when he got out of jail...
Just start with the Navy. And when he went to jail, how did he go to jail? He was a nice, respectable man. Then he went to jail. So there's something happened that caused him to go to jail.
Defendant Christopher Medina is being sued by his grandmother, who claims after Christopher got out of the Navy, he became violent and was in and out of jail.
But let me ask you, sir, did your behavior change after being such a nice and respectable young man?
Yes,
and
Your
if so,
Honor.
go ahead. You tell me about yourself.
She is my grandma through marriage. My mother married John Massey here. Before I went to the military, I had a fallout with my family. I moved out, lived with my biological grandmother when I was 17. She helped me graduate high school. It was a place to stay, a roof over my head, and food so I can finish graduating high school, get my high school diploma, and go to the military. I did that. I got out with a medical discharge for tearing my rotator cuff, failed my physical PTs. After that, I hung out with the wrong crowds because I didn't know what to do with my life after that. I started fighting, started stealing, doing what I had to do to get by and not making a great impression of myself.
Okay, you couldn't work after leaving the armed forces?
I had troubles holding a job because of the wrong crowd that I was hanging out with. I kept losing my jobs. When my son was born is when I decided to try to turn my life around, and that's when Josephine tried to help me with the student loan.
Okay, what schools or what type of
It was
profession did
to
you
get my
pursue?
Class A driver's license so I can do over-road trucking, cross country.
Good paying job.
Yep.
And what happened?
I got rear-ended a week before I graduated, so I lost everything right there. I failed the schooling because I got rear-ended in my personal vehicle pulling into my driveway. So I lost my license because of that, because I was considered a professional driver. So
Is that what happened, ma'am? Is that what
No,
happened?
I didn't know nothing about that.
There wasn't anything he was doing reckless or self-destructive that caused him to lose out on his opportunity, in your opinion.
Yep.
The accident is what, to
Yeah,
your knowledge,
yeah.
caused his loss of opportunity?
Yes.
All right, so you're suing him for the loan. He owed college loans, and tell me you co-signed for him, obviously?
Yes, I did.
So they came after you when he failed to pay, and that's why you're suing him?
Yes, it is.
Sir, what do you say to that?
I feel I don't owe because, yes, she did take the loan out for me. She co-signed it for me, but her and John Massey and I also signed an agreement stating that if I was to fail to make my payments, he would take over for me.
You have that agreement?
I do not have it.
Did you all sign an agreement?
No.
No.
All right.
We never signed any agreement like that.
I got news for you. Whenever someone co-signs, that's just what that means. If you fail to pay, they have to. And that does not mean, however, that they don't come after you and get their money from you. Since you caused them to be indebted, I'm sure you can still go back, can't you?
At this moment, I'm focusing something else on my career right now.
What are you focusing on?
Right now, I'm a Class B painter. I just got my license for that through my job for entry level.
Good, all right. That's a good paying job, right?
Yeah, I'm making pretty good money doing it right now.
Excellent. You're going to get your $5,000 sooner than you thought. Judgment for the plaintiff, $5,000.
Thank you.